I've seen Trey Lance in person twice. I saw him in front of the whole team yesterday. And I'm not good at scouting quarterbacks. I am good at judging them when they're on an NFL practice field. I've been doing it for 10 years. I have a lot of frame of reference. And before I say what the potential problems with Trey Lance are, I want to remind you of a conversation we had before the draft. You don't try to scout these guys. And I was trying to explain the Niners' choice, and I was like, look, they could take a guy like Mac Jones, who is very accurate and smart, but not an athlete. They could take a guy like Justin Fields, who's very accurate and athletic, but not necessarily a good decision maker. And they could take Trey Lance, who's very good decision maker, really smart, really athletic, not accurate. And you were like, well, I don't like the guy who's not accurate. That just seems, I don't like that guy. And I said, well, wait a second, you can work on that. And I think I talked maybe you into it. I think the Niners talked themselves into it. I saw it in person yesterday. It's concerning, the accuracy. It really is. It's almost made me feel like I want to eat my words a little bit. He's got a lot of work to do. Let me describe what I see. He has two kind of throws right now. He has the what I call a grunt throw, where he throws too hard. It's like the 15-yard throw over the middle or the 12-yard out. And it's like, okay, it's time for me to show off my arm strength. And sometimes he hits it, or sometimes he'll miss high by a lot. And that's bad. That's a problem. He's throwing too hard on those grunt throws. And then what he'll do is, so I kind of like think of it as like Randy Johnson, like missing the backstop, just overthrowing everyone, kind of like that, 98 miles an hour, but you missed. And then what he'll do is on the next throw, he'll aim it and he'll check it down. He checks down a lot. He's almost a check down Charlie in practice. And when it's time to go down the field, he muscles up too much. It's like a pendulum swinging back and forth between too much and he just doesn't seem confident in his arm right now, Dad. And I've never really seen a professional quarterback have that kind of lack confidence in his arm. He's a pro. That's what he does for a living. But he's also 21. It's fixable. It's definitely fixable. Bill Walsh would be able to, it takes him off. You don't have to throw it as hard as you have every time, but the accuracy, if he's not ready to start, it's going to be because of that.
Iggy, I heard you talking yesterday about it, and you said that his passes when he misses are high. Yeah. Could you talk about that and what causes passes to be high?
I mean, I threw a lot in baseball, and if I would miss high, it's because I would be trying to throw too hard usually, and your body, you would overstride and your body would get out in front because you're trying to create extra torque with your legs and your torso, and you leave your arm behind. And instead of releasing out in front, you release a little behind your ear. And it's just an issue of repeating a release point. So he has an issue with repeating a release point right now. Remember what Bill Walsh used to say about Donovan McNabb?
Oh, I do remember.
Tell me.
Bill told me that Donovan McNabb was a different quarterback on every throw. That's what Bill told me. Right?
Yeah. That's what I'm seeing from this guy. Like mechanically, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's repeating something. I can see why Kyle Shanahan might have wanted Mac Jones if that's the case, because he's not going to have this issue. Now, I'm watching Trey Lance in 7-on-7s, which is not going to be his best. That's just a pure passing drill. You can't roll out. You can't scramble. He's going to look way better in real games. But yeah, when he misses by a lot, and it's kind of concerning. I don't know. Okay. Like I have a bottle of wine running on this, and I'm thinking I'm going to lose this bet, Dad.
Oh, don't worry. I forgot what the bet is.
Who starts week 1?
Oh, Jimmy's going to start week 1.
Yeah, I said Trey, and now I watched it. I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be Jimmy.
Okay. Tell me some things you like about Trey Lance.
Oh, from all accounts, everyone praises his personality. People gravitate to him. He's a leader. He's mature. He's smart. He's big. He's fast. He has a strong arm. He has all these natural ability things. It's just, and it seems to me that his issue is correctable. Certainly correctable. He's throwing too hard. He needs to work in his mechanics. That's fine. He's 21. I just feel like he may not be ready week 1. He may need to sit for a year, Dad. He may need to go to a passing specialist, and that's okay. I guess I'm recalibrating my expectations for him.
Iggy, when you say a passing specialist, Tom House?
Yeah. Nick Mullins went to him every year. Tom Brady goes to him every year. This guy specializes in that, and I think he's going to have. I think this is going to be something Trey Lance has to work on his whole career: accuracy. And he only threw the ball like 300 times in college. So really, how much experience does he have with this?
And establishing a release point like a pitcher.
Yes, because he's got everything else. And I want to say something. This is kind of people are comparing him in the chat to Colin Kaepernick. No, guys, I watched Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick was a pitcher. He was drafted by the Cubs. He was basically pretty accurate compared to Lance. What I'm seeing from Lance, and the guy I'm going to compare him to, I saw him on the Niners for 3 years when he was 25 to 27. I'm not saying Lance is going to end up this way. Lance can improve. This guy never did. But I was watching Lance yesterday, and I was laying at home, and I was thinking, "What? I've seen this before. What was I seeing yesterday?" And it dawned on me, Blaine Gabbert. And I'll say why. Blaine Gabbert, 6'5", 235 pounds, ran a 4.6, mobile, a good athlete, cannon of an arm, top 10 pick, very smart, off the charts with his wonder lick, extremely smart, couldn't put the ball where he wanted to put it. And he knew it. He had no confidence in his arm. He had terrible accuracy. And you watched him. He was a check down Charlie. Every throw was checking down, not because it was the right throw, it was because the throw he could make. And so far, that's what I've seen from 20 and 21-year-old Trey Lance in 7-on-7 drills. When he's 22 in 11-on-11s, he could look like Patrick Mahomes or something. But right now, what I saw yesterday, what reminded me of Blaine Gabbert.
That's
so
very
I'm sorry. I want to get some context to that. I'm not saying he's going to be that, but I'm comparing 21-year-old Lance to 27-year-old Gabbert. Gabbert, who never improved. Lance can improve, but he's going to need some work.
Interesting. May I ask a question, Iggy? And if I'm getting ahead of us, because I don't have the list with me of questions.
Yes.
Do you feel that the Niners are capable of bringing him along, of instructing him to improve whatever it needs to be improved?
No. And that is a topic for later. We're going to get into that. No,
okay,
he needs to go to Tom House. He needs to go to Tom House. He needs to go to Tom House in June. As soon as minicamp's over, go to LA. So we're going to get to that.
He needs to go to Tom House's house.
Yeah, go to the house that Tom House lives in which Tom House lives. Grandpa Pat Bewley says, Grant, you're the best journalist covering the Niners. Thank you. Thanks you. Tell us about how the running back draft picks look, how they have become extremely invaluable. Yeah. So now that Jeff Wilson Jr. is out, you got Raheem Mostert. He's the starter, but they drafted 2 running backs. They both look good. Trey Sermon is the 3rd-round pick. He's bigger and tougher. And Elijah Mitchell is faster. They're both going to contribute. JaMychal Hasty looks good, 2nd-year guy. Wayne Gallman looks good. They have a lot of depth. So losing Jeff Wilson Jr. isn't the end of the world, but I really thought he was the hardest running player on the team and one of the hardest running backs. I always loved watching Jeff Wilson Jr. play. It's too bad he's out, I guess. Anyway.
Hey, Iggy?
Yeah.
Iggy, I got a really stupid question.
Sure.
What's a meniscus?
That's a good question. Hey guys, what's a meniscus? I don't know what a meniscus is either. I know it's in the knee. There's a patella in the knee. There's ACLs and MCLs. I have no idea. Hey, if anyone wants to tell us what a meniscus is, yeah. How long is he out for? 4 to 6 months.
He's done for this season, but he tore his meniscus.